Welcome back, everyone, to Adobe Live here on Behance. Make sure you're watching us at be.net/live to get the full live effect. I'm here with Sarah Bell.
Hello.
Our very first cartographer on stream.
Oh, really?
I think you get that award.
All right.
Yes. Hello, everyone in chat. Make sure you say hello. Welcome Sarah back. If you've seen her before, that's not surprising because she was here yesterday at the 3 to 5 p.m. Pacific time stream, and she'll be here tomorrow. So don't worry if you can't get enough this stream. What's up, Hector? How you doing? Cedric? Jakov? How you doing? Keith says hi, Sarah.
Hi, Keith.
Hey, Nicole.
Hi, Nicole.
Yay, everyone's so kind. Were you surprised yesterday?
The chat was great.
Yes.
Seriously, it was awesome. Yeah, I love that your mom was there.
I know. She texted me after. She's like, did I comment too much? I'm like, Mom.
It's
great.
Chat.
Yeah.
Today, my husband might be joining. His name is Joe.
Okay, be nice
Everybody
to Joe.
give him a nice warm welcome.
Yay, Joe. Very cool. Hello, everyone. So, yesterday, we kind of jumped into cartography on a very high level, or small scale, as you would say, when making a map.
Yeah, smaller scale than what we'll be working on today.
Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha. And maybe you can kind of just do an overview of what you do for work, or the kind of company you work for, because I know that I noticed yesterday cartography is not something that a lot of people know about.
Yeah.
I might need some more details.
Well, okay, sure. Cartography is great for designers because we all call it the art and science of map making. So it's a science, but it's also an art, and you have to be a good designer to make a map, look good.
Right. Like behind us, you can see a beautiful map.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Yeah, that's a flow map. That's an interactive map that I made with my awesome mapping partner, Jacob Wasilkowski. We just started our own little side project for fun called petrichor.studio. If you want to go there and see, we have 3 posts up. But yeah, so I work for Esri. Esri is a geospatial software company. Esri makes a lot of different software. A lot of our products start with ArcGIS, the word ArcGIS, and that's online software, hosting data. You can think of data as the artwork that makes up maps, the vector artwork and the raster artwork.
Yeah, maybe we can pop over to my screen so we can show maybe some visuals of what Esri really is.
Yeah, so all this stuff, I asked this yesterday of the chat at the beginning. Oh, that's my friend Amber.
Hey.
Hey, Amber. Yeah, and that map over there is a raster map.
This one.
And that's by Daniel Coe, who's a Washington State-based cartographer. He's really great. But yeah, so I get to work with a lot of Esri's customers making their map solutions. So like if they needed just a bunch of symbols that looked like they belonged to a set. So I've worked on projects that required over 200 symbols. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, and then also we're working on this software that I'm going to show. It's an Adobe Illustrator plugin where you can bring in all of those vectors into Illustrator to make a map.
Right.
So
yeah, and it really organizes it well for you. It is definitely built for Illustrator and people who know how Illustrator works.
That's right.
Esri was kind enough to provide a giveaway. So the giveaway this stream is going to be a little different than it was for the other streams. Esri is giving away ArcGIS online subscription for 2018. So that is good until December 31st, 2018. And also the winner will be receiving a physical copy of the upcoming book, Cartography, Period, which is shown on screen. It is going to be coming out around summertime, and it outlines the principles of cartography and is full of beautiful, beautiful maps.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great
And
inspiration.
I know. I want to see it. Get my hands on it. If you do not win the giveaway, don't worry. There's also just a gift for everyone in the stream. We are providing a link to an ebook. It is called the ArcGIS book, and it's 10 big ideas for applying the science of where. So that link should be floating around in chat, or you can go to thearcgisbook.com and kind of dive into cartography and the science of where, because like I said, it's not something that everyone knows a ton about. Yeah, Andre, nice giveaways. I agree. And so yesterday you did a little overview.
Yeah, I just was kind of trying to show how this tool works that we're developing at Esri, and how you can start building a map really easily. Today we're going to just make it more approachable. Yeah, so I mean, you're all designers out there. You're the ones that can make maps look really beautiful and approachable. So.
Definitely. So the goal of today's stream is to just make map making not scary.
Right.
Or scary in a good way, maybe.
Right.
A challenge.
A challenge, a good challenge.
And you said you wanted to share some of the maps that you've made.
Right.
Kind of show how they can all look.
Yeah, because all of these maps that I'm going to show have been made in Illustrator, and they're all different kinds of maps. So this is a Green Trails map. Green Trails is a mapping company, so this is this map.
Oh, okay.
It's a 22.5 by 30-inch map that I made with Chuck Kitterman. And we had to follow Green Trails style guide. And I think in total, if you were add up all the time, this probably took 3 to 4 months to make.
Wow.
It's double-sided. It's a Mount Baker climbing map. And here's another closer picture of it. And this, 3 months on a project and all of this mapping stuff to work with and making it look good, it seems daunting. But one great way to figure it out is to look at that cartography period book, or just Google or look at maps that you like, and kind of follow what they're doing.
Right. And Esri has kind of a little collection of curated maps that are really beautiful, right?
Yeah.
So we can pop over to my screen and show that, esri.com/products/maps we love.
Yes, great inspiration on this page. Yeah, we kind of just picked some maps that are wowing the cartography world at the moment and put it out there. I really like this natural resources one.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Ooh, I like how flat the colors are.
Yes. That's
really pretty.
I spoke with him at a cartography conference that he presented this, and I believe he did it in Illustrator.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
There you go.
So yeah. And if we go back over to my screen, here's a map. See, so it's a totally different type of map. It's a much smaller area. It's much flatter, more illustrated map, but it's still a map, and it's you can be fun. And if I zoom in here, you can build these trees.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, it's sort of a mid-century folky.
It reminds me of Disneyland.
Theme. Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. So this map was also compiled with our tool that I'm going to show you, but you just basically pull in all of this stuff that you want and then into Illustrator and just start doing your expert styling.
Expert styling, I like that.
So, here's another one, sort of the same, but an Art Deco feel, and just getting fun. See, so this one is a really basic map. A lot of the cartographers were going crazy over the rock climbing. There's a Sasquatch sightings in the path of the eclipse.
What?
Yeah, so a map, not a Sasquatch sighting, but a map of there's a data set, someone mapped it, Joshua Stevens, I believe, and so then we all had to get in on it. So I did. Fred Becky, who just passed away not too long ago, he was 93, he's one of the most renowned climbers in North America, and he did a lot of first ascents. So I did all of his first ascents within the rock climbing, or within the solar eclipse path, and there were 38.
Gosh.
So,
wow.
Most of the map really is just over here. It's not even necessarily geographic stuff. So
yeah.
And then here's another sort of building footprints one. So, but I'm gonna just show you. I'm gonna close all these now.
Alrighty. And chat, if you have questions, please ask them. 2 of your colleagues are going to be in chat, kind of answering the nitty-gritty questions, so Sarah can really focus on the creative side.
Yeah, Jordan and Madura are there. They're great, and they can answer a lot of questions.
Cool.
So, hi,
Hello.
Jordan.
Thanks for being here. Thanks for helping.
All right, so here we are. Let me back up a little bit and just say, when you get this extension, hi, Jordan waves. The extension you can find on Adobe's marketplace, where you find extensions. Install it, it's free, and find it here when you install it. And you'll be in what we call ArcGIS Online. This is the internet, it's a map, and this is where you build your map.
Wow, the internet in a box.
Yeah. So I'm just going to do a quick map of San Francisco just to show you. Francisco. Still. Okay, there we go.
How do you spell that one?
All right. So
here we are.
San Francisco.
Yeah, and I don't know if you know, chat, that we are in San Francisco. That is where the studio is based, if that gives you a little bit of a reference point.
That's right. Mm-hmm. So you want to do the San Francisco area.
Studio. We're in a studio.
And I'm just going to say, hey, for my map, I want to do this. And I'm going to name it SF. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just in case I already have an SF in there. And then I know for sure I want it to be letter sized, and click OK. There you go. So then we go over to the compilation tab, and we have, I'm going to zoom in a little. This is a sort of a what you see is what you get preview of the map. But you don't have to do all sorts of searching and thinking. We did compile a lot of maps for you to start with.
Oh, nice.
So I just am going to add this map called Vector Street Map, and that's going to basically give me this awesome base map of vectors, so that I can start adding my own style. Because maybe you don't want your parks to be lime green, so
maybe not.
I'm going to click down. Oh, I'm going to actually delete this. This is a topographic raster base map that comes. If you want it, I'm going to delete it. And when I do that, it's going to take about a minute or so. Because what it's doing is it's building this map on the web, compiling the layers in a really usable format, and then you are giving it to you as a layer structure in Illustrator.
Yeah, and Sean is asking, how do you get to that dark gray map? But that's just what pops up when you open the extension, right? Yeah, yeah, it does. But you could, in this compilation window, you could actually add that dark gray base map. I just deleted it because this already has kind of a lot of base data. Right.
But right here, if I were to click this, it says select base map. It gives you about, I don't know, maybe 8 different base maps to choose from, and that dark one is available in there.
Awesome. Thank you, Adobe Live team, for providing that link. And while we're waiting for this to kind of generate, I do want to let you guys know that we have a contest running during this stream also. So we're going to be doing the giveaway in about an hour. Thank you, Esri. But we're also doing a contest. So that has been running all day, and the theme is Avatar. So all you have to do is make an avatar of either Sarah or I, or both of us, during this stream using Illustrator CC, so the program that Sarah is using, although using it in a slightly different way. You can download a free trial if you haven't already, and you're going to submit that on the contest tab at be.net/live. You have about an hour and 25 minutes to get that in, and we'll be looking at submissions as the stream goes on. Cool. Cool. Look at that map.
And it's done. So, you know, here we are. Like I said, that I'm going to select the same fill and strokes. I'm going to make these parks a little bit more to my liking. And, you know, that's really all I'm going to style in this map, but you get the idea that it's like super easy.
Yeah.
You can delete all the roads and just do a map of the neighborhoods or whatever. So
very cool. Sorry, I was just creeping like, oh,
yeah,
what kind of streets are in San Francisco?
Yeah. So yeah, you get you know, all these ferries again. I did a ferry map yesterday if you guys weren't watching. But the text are on individual strings or on a complete string, so that's really useful. That means something to a lot of people who've made maps before. Sometimes they come in on individual paths and you have to retype the whole thing. So they come in on one string. It's very, very convenient.
Yes, really helpful. Oh, Madura's here. Thank you for being here.
Hi, Madura.
Yes, so if you have questions, don't worry if Jordan or Madura answer you, because they are the experts.
Yeah,
awesome.
there's Joseph Farrar. That's the man I married. He's a very nice guy. He's
the
in
man
chat.
I married. The father of my dog.
The father of my dog. We really truly call him our son.
Yes.
So it's not even a joke. So what you can also do in this extension, I'm going to delete this. This warns me, are you sure you want to do this? Because it's going to delete everything. Yeah, I'm sure.
No problem.
And you can do a lot of data visualization with ArcGIS Online, which means you can do a lot of data visualization with this extension.
Cool.
And make a data viz app. I've already made this, but if you wanted to do, you know, a population map of Minnesota,
Ooh.
you know you have to draw it over Minnesota.
Anybody in from Minnesota in the
Yeah,
chat?
who's from Minnesota?
Let's know. Also, apparently you know Donna Tracy's old student, Julio. Does he work at Esri? Maybe?
Oh, maybe it looks like Madura might.
Oh, there you go. Yes, perfect. All 3 of my students at Esri. Awesome. Small world for real.
So anyways, I'm sitting here drawing this little map over here. And then I just would add counties. And in that counties data, it's basically like a table, and you can have however many columns you want. So if I added counties here, I could have each of the counties' columns have population, which it does. I'm just going to go to the one I already built last night. So here we are with Minnesota population. And each county is colored by how populated it is. So obviously down here in Minneapolis and St. Paul, they're very dark, and over here in the North Woods, they're a lot lighter. So I was born in Minneapolis.
I was wondering, why Minnesota?
Why Minnesota? Yeah, because you know why? When you make maps, I knew the shape of Minnesota.
Yep.
And if you're going to do a lot of extra information, you can take advantage of, you know, Wisconsin over here, which I love Wisconsin too, went to school there, but it's not a Wisconsin map, so I'm going to take advantage of that. You know, it's like the shape of California is great because you have all of that Nevada space.
Yes.
You know, it's awesome. If you were doing a map of Wyoming, you kind of have to add some space on it.
Ah, interesting.
So this is data visualization. This is what we call a choropleth map. It's CHOROPLETH. And it basically is where each polygon represents a certain value with color. And I'm using a sequential color scheme here.
Oh, so that's what you were talking about yesterday when you said the states were all different colors?
Right.
Right? Okay.
Yes.
I'm learning. I'm retaining.
And I think somebody yesterday actually shared some choropleth maps, which was really awesome. So this map is almost done. We're going to finish it with just some little flourishy borders and everything, and maybe make the lorem ipsum actual text about Minnesota.
Cool.
So this is the population map of counties today, but there are 5.4 million people, and here's my little color palette. It's the 21st most populated state, but it's the 12th largest. So
yeah, that's not a very high population.
No,
for a whole state.
Right. Yeah. So you get a sense of how low this is, and I also took that same data and built these charts. So we have a bar chart of population growth, and obviously it was like when my relatives were coming over through Ellis Island to Minneapolis area. From Norway. They were coming in droves, and then it obviously slowed down, but it's still growing. So this is the population linear chart.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, and right over here is population, and that could actually use the label. And over here is population growth. So you can see it's like almost doubling back in the late 1800s, and now it's just kind of like at a 5.4% growth. But yeah, I used to do all this in Illustrator, put it in a newspaper, and it goes viral.
Maps going viral. Adobe Live Team is asking what everyone's favorite state shape is.
Yes, that's a great question.
Ohio is my favorite, shaped like a heart. The best state.
Yes.
You seem to like Minnesota?
I like Minnesota's shape. It's a great shape. I also love the shape of Washington. I could draw it in my sleep.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome.
I have a lot of lorem ipsum going on here.
Texas is a good shape.
Texas is a great shape.
Florida, California.
Washington, nice Ryan.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, Colorado's great because it's like everybody knows how to draw it.
Yep.
So, anyways, you could get the idea. You can put some lorem ipsum in here, or actual text about Minnesota. And I'm gonna make this font color match this color, just for good measure.
Ooh, Oklahoma, that's a good one too. Also favorite country shape, that is a good one, Cedric. He likes the Netherlands.
Country shape. That's a hard one. I like Italy.
Oh yeah, the little boot.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's lots of countries that I would just know the shape of just by seeing the outline. Maybe a couple, a handful.
That's a very cartographers like to play those sorts of games, right?
Yeah. Laura says yes, Italy, definitely. Chile, good one. Croatia. Is everyone just saying the state or the country that they're from? I don't think so. I don't think Laura's from Italy. Yeah, Laura, you're from Colombia, so you like Colombia. Makes sense. And just a reminder, all of you in chat get about an hour and 10 minutes to get those contest entries in. The theme is Avatar. So you have a captive audience right here. Just gotta draw us, make us into avatars with Illustrator CC, and you can find much more detail about the contest on the contest tab at be.net/live. It'll tell you how to submit, the restrictions, and all of that good stuff.
Yeah, that giveaway, the cartography period book is by Ken Fields.
He was in chat, I just saw him.
Oh, great.
He's like, I have to hurry up and finish the book so you can keep giving it away.
He's great creative cartographer, nice guy. Glad he's on chat.
Yay, thanks for being here. So, speaking of the giveaway, if you're just popping in, we are giving away a free subscription to ArcGIS Online through the end of the year, and also Cartography Period, which will be coming in the summertime, hopefully. It's full of beautiful pictures and outlines the principles of cartography. And if you don't win the giveaway, no worries. We have a link to a ebook provided by Esri, the ArcGIS book. It's the 10 big ideas for applying the science of where, and that's free. So thank you very much. Enjoy.
So let's take a minute to talk about the labels. In a choropleth map, it's a challenge because you have really light polygons and you have really dark polygons, and the labels set is supposed to all be the same when you're mapping. But if you're going to use the same color in this light one as the dark one, you're going to lose it in one of the two.
Yep.
So what I did was I kind of tried to make them all look the same, do a little eye trick. Like this one's very light, this one's obviously a lot darker, but I didn't want them to look too different. So just wanted to point that out. And then I'm going to just build my own little legend over here. And we'll cook this.
Cook it?
Cook it.
I like that. I love all these little turns of phrase that cartographers have. Makes me I want to be part of the club. I want to know all the stuff.
It's a great club, very friendly people. So I did keep Wisconsin in there because, you know, I didn't want Minnesota to float on its own. I wanted to give props to Wisconsin and South Dakota, North Dakota, and even I have a little faint lake there, but, you know, just to let people know it's by a great lake.
Yeah. What lake is that?
Superior.
Superior.
And you're on Lake Erie, right?
Yep. Yes, dangerously close to Michigan. Boo.
That's hilarious.
Can't help it. Got my allegiances strong with Ohio State.
Nice. I have a friend who's a strong Ohio State Buckeyes fan.
Oh?
And on Slack, he's always using the Buckeye emoji.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Brutus the Buckeye. OH. That's right, Adobe Live Team. IO.
So I'm going to, again, going back, if you didn't watch yesterday, we talked a little bit about Edward Tufte, who is sort of the father of data viz. And he has a concept about chart junk, which is extra ink on your map that doesn't contribute to the story, because sometimes maps are not about just being pretty, they're about communicating something as clearly as possible. So this is 508,000, but I'm just going to do 508, and in the title put population in thousands to save a lot of ink.
Oh, that's really smart. And you would just hope that people would read the whole piece.
Right.
Instead of just that.
I guess we're gonna have to do it like that since it's in the millions. Did we find out if anybody's from Minnesota, or is it just me?
Oh yeah, it was pretty much crickets out there. I don't know. We'll see. Somebody just say that you're from Minnesota. It's okay to lie. And I saw that people were saying that they learned so much in yesterday's stream. I feel like it's a very steep, like you learn a lot so quickly about cartography if you don't know anything. And you have Sarah as a teacher.
Oh, it's so fun.
Yeah.
Really, I mean, it's like, I feel so lucky.
That's good.
It's like I mentioned we have this personal site too that I do on the side. So when I'm not making maps for work, I'm making maps for fun. So obviously I landed in the right spot.
That means you really love it.
I love it.
And that's Petrichor, right?
Petrichor.
Awesome. Petrichor.studio. Go check it out, everybody.
Petrichor. It's a great little word. It took us forever to think of a name. We landed on that one.
That sounds so familiar. Is it like a layer?
Petrichor is, so when it hasn't rained a while and then it rains and
The
you
smell.
smell. Yeah.
Yeah. Smell of rain. That's how it smelled in California because we just got a bucket of rain. It was very dry.
All right, so obviously being aligned is good too. So.
Oh, Dana lived in Fargo for 2 years.
Ooh,
Not
pretty
from
much.
there.
Fargo is it's close enough. We know it's in North Dakota, but
Yeah.
the people who watched the movie don't, so.
I know.
Lorem ipsum. I love when Adobe started putting lorem ipsum when you placed a text element. I was like, that's awesome.
Yeah. In thousands. There you go.
There you go.
It seriously reminds me of like a standardized test. And they're like, did you read the full question? Do you know it's in thousands? Tricky. Jordan says, Sarah's just a really good cartographer. Maps are a design area that any creative can pick up on, but it takes a lot to perfect. I agree.
Jordan?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so this could be done. Or we could put a little icon here of Minnesota. You know, one way you could do that is to make a copy of these counties, and do the merge tool, and then shrink it up. I'm gonna actually open that Minneapolis map I just had, and because I know, ignore. I know that this is here, so, and goodbye. All right, there it is. You know, you could use this in, like, Minnesota's kind of famous for being nice.
Yes.
You know, if you want, I don't know, maybe nice is their icon or something.
Oh,
I don't know.
the nice state. Oh, Donna says you lived in California for 22 years and you miss it sometimes. That's awesome, Donna.
Maybe use, I don't know, does the state of Minnesota look like a C or an I? I don't know, maybe use that in the word.
Oh, yeah.
This might be a little too contrived.
Really prescriptive. Maybe like punch a C out of it? Maybe.
Ooh, maybe.
Ooh, Stefan, that's a great question. What are the supported file types for the plugin? I'm sure Jordan and Madura can help you out with that.
Madura would be great for that.
Got all the deets.
Oh, this is way too contrived.
It's the most confusing map of all time.
Yeah, you don't know what I'm trying to say here. So.
9 Minnesota E. Yes, Adobe Live Team, there are only 3 submissions for the contest, so this is your best chance of the day. We've been getting like 70 to 100 submissions every stream. It's been quite a wild ride.
And I don't want this to be as prominent, so I'm going to kind of fade it out a little.
Nice. Nice. Oh, you moved back to your home state of Florida, Donna. Oh, did you say that you were in Tampa? Awesome. We're big Sarasota fans.
Sweet. All right. So yeah, you get the idea. And it's not that challenging. I mean, all this stuff, if you haven't made a map before, all the stuff surrounding the map is pretty much all design.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
You know, it's not. You don't need a degree in cartography to do it.
Right.
So, with that said, we're gonna go over to this map.
Woo, cute.
Yeah, we have a map of the Seattle University District, and I brought over some color palettes that I like, and I'm just gonna basically start designing and talking through what I'm doing. But this map was compiled in the extension. I'm gonna close it now, and it was pretty easy to do. I just built it up from the layers that I wanted, and now it doesn't look like I want it yet. I'm gonna do all that in Illustrator.
Awesome. Jump right in. William is wondering, do you know The Map of Humanity by James Tuner?
I don't think so.
Yeah, tell us about it, William. And definitely, Laura, if your eyes need a break, please take care of yourself. It's important to take breaks, stretch.
Where's my pathfinder?
Oh, Donna says, I like your petrichor site. Really inspiring.
Aw, thanks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right? We got the whole studio stretching now. That's right, everybody. Take care of yourselves.
Stretch.
This is all the stretching I can do right now.
My dog is really good at reminding me to stretch.
Oh, really? Because he stretches?
He's so like gratuitous with his stretching.
Yes.
I'm like, what did you do that you need all this stretching?
I know, even their like little toes. It's like crazy. My dog is really vocal when he stretches. He's like, I'm like, does that feel good, bud?
That's great.
Enjoying that?
Right.
I think he's just really dramatic, though.
Yeah. I'm not gonna use the uber traditional colors. I'm gonna go kind of out of the.
Ooh. What would be traditional colors?
For water, blue. So this right here is this is Lake Union. This is basically, there's a Lake Washington in Seattle that's to the east of this map, and then there's the Puget Sound, which we were looking at yesterday.
Right.
This is sort of that channel of fresh water that links the two. So,
All right.
I like to do an inner glow
I like how you have these little map tricks that you like to use to get some idea across.
Yeah, this takes a long time to like you guys have all experienced this, but like you could spend an hour deciding on which setting you like the best, but I'm just gonna pick one.
Yeah, it's tough because you're like, no one's ever gonna know that I was choosing between these two things, so just choose one. It's gonna be all right.
Right. It's true.
So how would you, where would you recommend living in Washington? What's your favorite spot? Your favorite map?
Ooh. Okay, so the place of Washington that made me fall in love with it, it's called the Pasayten Wilderness.
Ooh.
It's in the North Cascades.
Mm-hmm.
And I moved there. I moved to there from Minnesota in high school and went for a drive one morning and ended up near there. And I was like, I think I'm home.
Yeah. What was it about it?
It just looked magical. It was a fall day, so there was snow in the mountains, and I'm pretty happy with that water for now. Yeah. It just, it was so different and new and exciting and beautiful and seemed endless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So were you in Minneapolis or wherever you were in Minnesota before Washington?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Which is also great.
Yeah. Oh, I like that kind of creamy color. Nice.
I'm gonna take this out here. I just wanted to grab all the fonts that I liked, possibly use.
Oh, the map of humanity is a giant illustrated atlas, it seems. Beautiful. Awesome.
That's great.
Chat, you've got about 25 minutes until our special giveaway. Ooh! And also about an hour until the contest is done. And it's the deadline for the day, you know? You gotta get it in before that or we can't look at it. So, toot sweet everybody. I think you're getting a nice reference shot of us right now. Hello. This is what we look like. The contest is to get, yes, screenshot. There you go. The contest is to make avatars of Sarah or myself, if you'd like to include me. And you must use Illustrator CC. So you can use inspiration from the designers that have been working today or do your own kind of style, but just make sure you are using Illustrator and submit those so we can choose a winner of a free year of Creative Cloud. Good luck. Pauline says that she does the same thing with all the different fonts on the side to like help her choose the right one.
Nice. Nice, Pauline.
Yeah, I see a couple more submissions coming in. One of them is from Pauline. Nice job. Keep them coming and we'll look at a handful soon, probably right before the giveaway. Are you a morning person or a night person?
You know, if I fall asleep at a decent time, I really enjoy mornings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's weird how when it's time to go to bed, I'm like, I gotta get creative and, you know, like, it's like, that's when the creative juices start flowing.
Interesting. Yeah. I love the mornings also, but I've always been terrible at waking up early. Like, it physically hurts me. So, I'm an aspiring morning person. What about you, chat? Morning people, night people, ambi people, both? So which aspect are we working on now?
Well, so depending on the data that you access, it could be made for something that's much more zoomed out than right now we're looking at. We're so close zoomed in that you can see the building footprints.
Yeah.
So this creek that I'm editing was made for something a little bit more zoomed out. Mm-hmm. So I'm just using the simplify tool to kind of, you know, ease up the edginess of it a little. And this is great. Like, you can, when you're mapping, if you were mapping all the rivers and streams in California, that's a lot of points. So it's a huge file. You can use this to see the before and after when you're simplifying it, and you can clean up. Like right now I'm only going from 53 to 13 points, but you can imagine going from like 100,000 to 20,000 points, how much, you know, file size you save.
Yeah. I wonder how our maps usually pretty large file sizes.
It depends. That, you know, that Mount Baker map I started with, that's going to be a huge file. This one isn't going to be too big. That Boston one's super small. So yeah, it's just all of the points that it takes to make it up. And then if you add effects to it,
oh boy,
you know, that adds a lot more.
Do you feel like you have to have a really powerful machine to work on to make maps?
I think any these days you could buy just about any machine. It depends again on what you're doing.
True.
If you're doing 3D mapping, yeah, you're going to want a pretty burly machine. But, you know, something in Illustrator, I think anything you can get today should do the job.
Good to know.
Look at the streets. All right.
Oh man, Jim, you go to sleep when, no, you wake up when other people are going to bed? How did that happen, Jim? Tell us your story. I'm like so strict. Go to bed early so I can get up early and it won't hurt me physically.
Right. So these streets, I'm going to label them.
What?
So I'm going to use the expand tool to make them into, closed paths or polygons. So make them a little fatter so the labels can fit.
Gotcha. And it's just a stroke right now.
Yep, it's just a stroke, right? And I might interchange between calling these points, lines, and polygons, or closed paths and lines with a stroke or a fill. Because in GIS or in mapping, we use points, lines, and polygons. And since I work in both, I kind of use them interchangeably.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think that's understandable.
Yeah, so we have these labels. And I want to get them fat enough so the labels can fit.
So you already had a label layer that was just turned off.
Right. Yeah, I had a lot of layers turned off, so it wouldn't be too in your face when I open it, because it's not there yet.
Do you ever forget to turn layers back on, like that they even existed? I do that sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna use this sort of nice hand-drawn looking fonts.
Good night, Munir. Get some sleep. Thanks for being here.
So if I'm going to base the width of these streets off a particular font, I want to change these labels to that font. Just 'cause, whoa. Kind of like the hand-drawn looking.
Yeah, it's really nice.
There. And also I can get a little bigger on the point size since it's so narrow.
It really seems like it fits like the Seattle feel.
Nice. Sure, we'll go with that. We'll go with that one.
Oh, Pauline, that's awesome. You are enjoying the variable fonts in CC, especially in Illustrator. So stick around for next week because we're going to be doing a lettering week, Tuesday through Thursday, with a bunch of lettering artists. And that kind of font, variable fonts, is going to be part of the show. Stick around. Oh, another chance for you all to get reference photos of us. Screenshot, screenshot, screenshot. Sarah before the stream was like, I'm very smiley on stream. I'm like, that's good because they're going to be taking pictures of you and you want to be smiling.
Well, I think you tweeted a photo and a couple of other people did, and I'm like the happiest mapper.
Oh my god, good. She loves what she does. Since I'm talking so much, I'm always just like making great faces. So work with it, chat. Take some artistic liberties, please.
Okay, I'm gonna do something here. If I don't like this width that I'm going to choose, I can't go back unless I duplicate this layer. So I'm gonna make a little copy of it.
Just to be safe.
Right, put it down here and turn it off.
Stefan says the Happy Mapper would be a great blog. It's true. Or a good name on Instagram or something.
There might be, who knows?
Oh, don't take it, somebody. It belongs to Sarah. Let her have it.
All right, so object, expand.
Ooh, Arum says, I've never seen cartography process or met anyone who does it, so this is really interesting.
Cool.
I think so too. Our resident cartographer. Yes, and we do have 15 minutes until our giveaway, but this beautiful piece behind me is actually free for everyone. So we're going to give it away to all of you. It is the ArcGIS book, and it is 10 big ideas for applying the science of where. It's an ebook, so you can download it straight on your device. It's 180 pages of information and beautiful maps, especially that map on the cover is really nice. For the actual big giveaway, we're going to be giving away a free year of ArcGIS online. So it's a subscription that is good until December 31st, 2018. Thank you so much, Esri. And also the winner will win Cartography Period, which is an upcoming book that will be beautiful, filled with beautiful maps, and it's going to outline the principles of cartography. So if this stream isn't enough for you, win this giveaway. You won't be sorry. All you have to do is be active in chat. We're going to be picking a random winner in about 45 minutes, or not 45, 15 minutes. Let us know if you've ever made a map before, or if you are going to now.
Yeah.
I'm inspired. I'm not sure if I want to use software. I think I'm more of like a hand-drawn kind of person, but
Yeah, hand-drawn. I'm giving it a try.
yay!
That was one of my sort of resolutions.
Yeah, you said you were working on maybe like a fairy map?
Yes.
Is that it?
Yes.
Cool.
Somebody asked if I've ever, Arun, if I've ever tried to make a map for a game.
Oh.
Answer is no. But that Boston map inspired the same question by somebody, which I found really flattering because they were into gaming. I was like, oh.
Wow, that's great. Yeah, I mean, it's a beautiful map. Oh, Chuck made a minimal map. Awesome. Actually, my dad would really enjoy these streams. He loves drawing maps for me when I'm like driving somewhere I've never been before. He's like, let me draw you a map. And I'm like, Dad, I have a GPS. Like, you don't have to. And he's like, no. It's drawing you a map.
Nice.
I know. And usually, like, I'm not very spatially strong, so his maps don't super help me, but I appreciate the effort.
So I have the Seattle neighborhoods layer, which is this gray sort of background that I'm going to change the color eventually. But to get the boundaries on top, I'm going to duplicate it. A lot of mapping is all about getting the layers right. So
Interesting. It's I think a lot of art.
Right, it's true. So take this fill out.
Oh, our room would like to make a map for a couple, like of important places where they met, first date. That'd be really sweet.
That would be cool. Somebody who works at Esri, who's also the Buckeye.
The Buckeye fan, my best friend.
He got married last summer, and they made a map of their wedding,
Cool.
like the activities and stuff. So all the guests could log in and like see, where's there are things to do around where they got married in Idaho.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was actually really usable and nice.
It was. I used it. Yeah, it was great.
Perfect. Ooh, Joshua says, never seen this process before. Really neat to watch.
Cool.
I agree.
So we do have a little bit of a shaded relief in there. Shaded relief or hillshade, these sort of like bumpy elevation layer in the background.
Yeah. And I said this yesterday, but it kind of looks like a depth map that you would maybe make in Photoshop, like from a photo. Pretty cool.
Yeah, and in fact, I think it's called Something About Mapping, but Daniel Huffman has some great online tutorials about how to use Photoshop when you're making a hillshade layer.
Let's see if we can pull it up.
See this little elevation here?
Very faint.
Very faint. Yeah, this is more of a flatter part of Seattle.
Oh, this is cool. Yeah, so Something About Maps. He has making relief maps in Blender, so like actual 3D versions, or making them in Photoshop, and all kinds of things, stuff for Illustrator. Nice. somethingaboutmaps.wordpress.com. There you go. So no matter what program you use, he's got something for you. Giveaway in 10 minutes. You got it, Cedric. You got 10 minutes, everyone, and that means we have 40 minutes until the contest is over. So the contest is, if you're just tuning in, make an avatar of Sarah or myself or both using Illustrator CC. The avatar could be a face or a torso or like any kind of avatar that you might use for social media. So send those over to us. You can find more information on the contest tab at be.net/live. Also, if you're just tuning in, maybe we can do a little recap of who you are and what you're doing, because people might wander into this and be like, what is this treasure map? How is it happening?
I am Sarah Bell. I'm a cartographer. A lot of maps are done in Illustrator these days. And so I'm just going through the process of doing that. I work for Esri. We do mapping software, and we we have developed and are in the process of continually developing this extension that you can find on Adobe's marketplace, which Madura or Jordan can tell you more about in the chat. But basically, in here, a designer can compile all the map layers that they want and go to this compilation window to do that, and then download it, which I have done with this map, and then just start designing it in Illustrator.
Very cool. Yeah, so you can download that in the marketplace, ArcGIS Maps for Adobe Creative Cloud. And it is web-based, but it's an extension that you pull into Illustrator.
Right, exactly.
So there's all kinds of tutorials also. If you are having trouble using it, it is a free extension, which is awesome. Correct?
Yep.
Correct.
Yeah.
So go ahead, there's no strings attached. And if you have questions, you can ask Sarah, or we have some friends in chat that are total experts that might be willing to dig a little deeper for you.
Ooh, that's my Garmin watch. It tells
Sponsored
me,
by.
it just told me to move.
Oh, okay, time to move. It's awesome.
Yeah. Thanks, Garmin.
Thanks, Garmin. Always looking out.
All right, so I think we're at a point now where we're going to move to the point symbols. And I actually have a symbols library I'm going to work with. Here we are. These are some symbols I made for a map that I think is on Behance. It's an incomplete map, but I was kind of trying to go for, at first, a steampunk style and then just straight up Victorian, because steampunk is so elaborate.
Yes.
And it was, I mean, I would love to do it, but I just didn't have the time. But so, start with the hospitals.
Nice, Madura. Thank you so much for sharing the extra information.
And hospital labels. So we're going to make these look a little bit more Victorian or whatever.
Victorian or whatever. Old and stuff.
So replace all these hospitals with Victorial.
You were saying yesterday how when you're live streaming, it's hard to type.
You forget.
And spell.
Right.
And breathe.
And map.
Yes. It's hard to do the thing.
So this is a little fun little car.
Cool. And all these little vector assets came from ArcGIS? Or you made
I made
them?
these.
Okay,
I
cool.
made these for the map of Bellingham that's on Behance, but I'm going to use them here as well. Yeah, so kind of trying to make them, you know what's so fun? If you decide, hey, I'm just going to try to conquer Victorian styling and mapping, you learn a lot about that era, you learn a lot about the design of that era, and it's fun.
Yeah. How would you recommend tackling a style? Is it you look at other maps, or you have to learn about the history?
Yeah, I think it's a little, for me, it's a little bit of all of it, you know. Like, it was really interesting to just, you know, Victorian era, they would make contraptions that went nowhere, but they were super elaborate.
Yes.
And you know, so you want your map to sort of capture that almost ridiculous spirit.
Yeah, it's like over-decorated everything.
Yes. Let's see, for hospital.
Right, and if you want to learn more about cartography, stick around. We have the giveaway happening in like 7 minutes. Crazy. In chat, stay active because that is how we pick a random giveaway. We're going to be giving away cartography period, and the author is in chat. I think he was hanging out. It's a beautiful book that outlines the principles of cartography and super stunning, and you'll also win an ArcGIS online subscription through the end of the year. So that's pretty much the whole year. It's only January. So stick around for that, and everyone in chat is going to be going home with a look under your chair. There is a free copy of the ebook, the ArcGIS book, which you can get at thearcgisbook.com, or there's probably a link in chat hanging out. It's the 10 big ideas for applying the science of where, and it's a pretty substantial ebook. It's 180 pages, so take that, learn from it.
So the universal symbol for a hospital is a blue square with an H on it.
Mm-hmm.
So I try to just, not deviate too much from that, because if someone's looking for a hospital, they can't learn how to read your map at the same time.
Right. They're worried about other things.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And Tiana, we got your not your subscription, your entry for the contest, but it isn't working. So maybe submit the link again for us, please. Thank you. Oh, never mind, I got it. It's in the same project as your other ones. That's so cool. You're building a project of all of your entries from today. And I might say that I think you're like improving with every single one, so that's great.
Oh.
Marked improvement.
And so quick with the design.
Right?
That's awesome.
It's only been 55 minutes.
That's a talent. So, of course, the U District is like hospital central.
Oh.
This is labeling different parts of pretty much the same building.
Oh,
So
goodness.
I'm going to reduce that.
Yeah. That is one thing about like college towns, is that there are just tons of medical centers.
Right.
That's how Ohio State is. It's just basically a giant hospital. Has its own area code, or zip code.
And I used to live in this area.
Ooh.
I was a barista in Seattle.
At Starbucks?
No, at a place called Bus Stop Espresso.
Cool.
And that is actually the exact spot where I met Joe in the chat.
What? While you were baristaing and making his latte?
Yes, an iced vanilla latte at the time.
Tell us more.
Now he drinks hot drip coffee.
Okay.
He's graduated.
He's downgraded, it seems.
Yeah, I know,
Maybe?
really. Oh, we'll just put this.
Oh man, was he like, I like the way you make that latte. Seems like you might be a cartographer.
It's like, she could make me coffee for life.
Yeah. I'm the only one in my family group that drinks coffee. So I feel very alone.
What?
Gotta make my own coffee.
I don't even understand what that means.
I don't either. It will be a mystery until the end.
No, I admire people who can abstain from caffeine.
Well, yeah.
I just don't understand it.
It's not a bad thing. It's just like I want, like, experience with me, the caffeine. They're like, no, I'm better than that.
I just got a peek. That's so fun.
Right?
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Of course, I'm smiling a little bit.
The entries are rolling in. We'll take a peek at them probably after the giveaway. There's just a couple to look at. And like we said earlier, the chances of winning are pretty high because there's usually like 100 entries and there's only a handful now. So put your best design forward of an avatar of Sarah or myself. And I've noticed that a lot of the people that do make them of me just call me like presenter or host. Hi, my name's Kathleen. I'm a real girl.
That was funny. Hi, Kathleen.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thanks. Thanks for having me. Oh, Naomi says, I heard that Seattle is the only place in the USA that makes decent coffee. Confirm?
Oh, no, no.
No.
Great coffee here.
Yeah, and they have it in San Francisco. It's pretty good.
Yeah, but, you don't have to walk far. It doesn't matter if you're in a tiny town or a big city to get coffee in Seattle. You don't even have to get out of your car.
Oh, it's just everywhere.
It's just everywhere.
It's a big thing in Seattle, that's for sure.
Okay, next we're doing schools.
So what kind of schools? Universities or?
So we just have the university campus. It's all right about here, and now we're gonna do elementary schools and high schools and whatever falls in this space.
Cool. So the map is just of the area in general.
Yeah.
It's not like a specific.
Right. We could title it "Things to Do in the U District."
Yeah.
Yeah. I just, yesterday we were zoomed out enough so that buildings would have been overkill on a map, and it's really fun. just having even a map of just building footprints is fun.
Yeah.
So anytime I get to make a map where I can use a building footprints data set, I like to. And this building footprints data set comes from the City of Seattle.
Thank you, City of Seattle. Brought to you by City of Seattle. So it is almost the time for the giveaway, and Adobe Live Team has it right. Bonus points if you share why you want to win, what you would use your ArcGIS online subscription for, which is good until the end of 2018, and what you would do with your cartography period book. It outlines the principles of cartography, and it's super beautiful. So hopefully that you would learn a lot from that. Let us know. We'll be doing that giveaway. Random Adobe Magic will produce a winner, so get those reasons into chat.
So Dana in the chat says she works for the University of Washington, so pressure's on.
Pressure's on. Oh no, don't mess up. Dana's gonna tell him. Oh, you miss Pete's Coffee? Yes, Donna. So I lived in Ohio, and they closed all of the Pete's Coffees in the Midwest, pretty much. And then I moved to California, and now I have Pete's again. Yay! Hey, Laura. Trying to get that hype going. Tiana would use it to make a brewery map of the Pacific Northwest. Beer, beer, beer. Awesome. Second that.
I would get that map.
Yeah. That you kind of worked on that yesterday.
Yeah.
Our room wants to win because it releases a lot of endorphins in your body when you win things. That's honest. Oh, Dana says, I don't work in Seattle, but a remote location.
Oh.
Right, you're in Washington though, Dana. Yeah. You're in the graphic design department.
Save often?
Yes. Agreed. Julia's stream earlier, I don't think she saved at all. And I was like, you're playing with fire.
Wow. It's brave.
Oh no, Ken says, I'll use the book as a monitor stand. It's very sturdy. Only you can say that, Ken.
Yes. Nobody else say that.
Ken, I wonder what it is like writing a book about cartography. Maybe like in a nutshell, you can share about the process. Love to hear about it. And we do have contest entries kind of rolling in slowly but surely. It's about 30 minutes left until the contest is over. You must make an avatar based on Sarah or myself using Illustrator, and you could win a free year of Creative Cloud. Tomorrow is going to be a totally different theme in contest, so make sure you get your submissions in today, or else you're done for. You got a nice portfolio piece.
So, mapping is a lot of label placement. Tomorrow I'm going to try to do a map since the crowd seems to like lettering and text and fonts.
Definitely.
Typefaces. I'm going to try to do a map that's all in just typefaces.
Cool.
Yeah, we'll give it a try.
Why not? And we do have a winner for the giveaway. So it is an ArcGIS online subscription till the end of the year and cartography period, which will be coming out this summer. And the winner is William Chadwick. Congratulations, William. You have won. Thank you so much for being here, and we really hope you get a lot of use out of this. Thank you, Esri, for providing the giveaway.
Nice job, William.
Awesome. And if you didn't win, don't worry. You still have access to the free ebook that we have the link for. It is www.thearcgisbook.com, or there's a link in chat that will appear. It is the 10 big ideas for applying the science of where, and it's a hefty ebook. Give it a read. Yeah, William, you won. Congratulations.
Yeah, I don't know. It's basically labeling these schools.
That's all right. You gotta do it. Someone's gotta do it. Later, Laura. Thanks for being here. So when you say you're going to make a map of all type,
Right.
like no images or images made of type?
Right.
Okay.
Images
Right.
made of type.
Cool.
Yeah, we'll give it a try. I'm going to delete the University of Washington point because it's a little redundant.
True.
It's sort of like the focus.
Yeah, we're like, we get it. Come on.
But yeah.
Ooh, William's going to make fantasy maps with his new subscription. That's awesome.
Cool.
Be sure to upload those on your Behance portfolio so we can all see them, William. So do you ever just delete data? You're like, I don't think this is as important.
Yes.
Like one of these schools? Yeah.
No, not. I wouldn't. Well, yeah. Like if I'm doing a map of schools, like how we all think of them, and there's something in there that's like, not that it's not a school, but an obedience school for dogs, and it just doesn't fit, I'll delete it.
Gotcha.
But I try not to make too many decisions on my own because I don't want to be too biased.
True.
On what to delete, but yeah.
Ooh, this is a great question from Naomi. Do you have any reasons that she can use to convince her boss that you need an ArcGIS subscription? Like ease of labeling is a good one.
Who asked that?
Naomi did.
Naomi, have you ever had to make a map for your boss?
Yeah. Show them how hard it is without it.
I'll wait for your answer.
Mm-hmm. See you later, Cedric. Have a great night, morning. I'm not sure what time it is where you are.
Oh, I think there's 2 schools here.
Whoa.
Alton. See, like, I spent time getting this bell right and everything. But
Really?
you can see we're so zoomed in.
Yes.
It didn't have to be that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you were saying that you take time to do these tiny little details, and at the end,
Yes.
maybe it doesn't matter so much.
I'm sure we all do that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I'm going to drag this original schools layer down into the old symbols. So breweries, I have a couple beers going over here that we can eventually do for a brewery. I don't know, what do you guys like best? So this one kind of has that sort of old feel.
Mm-hmm.
And people, I don't know if they were using pint glasses like this
Right.
in the Victorian era.
Hmm. I think the mug, like the
The
stein,
mug, okay.
because it also has the old feel, but the bottle could be anything. It could be wine. It could be oil.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
But chat, let me know what you think. I'm not the boss here.
It looks very gray.
Oh, so Naomi uses AGOL and ArcMap, but
okay.
she likes what she sees for the design process.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
If you're making print maps, and if you're a designer, which I'm assuming you are because you're watching Adobe Live, this will make it. This will streamline the process. If you really like designing in Illustrator, you have access to all of the great graphic design tools. So you might want to just make a map and time yourself and show your boss, or ArcGIS Online is great. But if you're making a print map, you can access ArcGIS Online through here.
True.
Pull in that same data that you have access to already, and then just use this to do your graphic design.
All right, I'm gonna get some of these contest entries open. We can take a peek, see where we are so far. Let's see. So I think these are a couple from the previous stream, so we'll just look at them pretty quick. Really cool little icon of a spaceman. Nice.
Yeah.
I like the hand-drawn nature of the stars. This is Marley from the previous stream.
That's great.
Yeah, she had some really cute icons made for her. And another one. Nice. Oh, it's me.
Oh,
Pauline, you did know my name. I actually really like this.
this is really good.
Yeah, it's cute. Thanks, Pauline. Nice job. This is presenter.jpg. It's me. I think that's me. It's describing me, so yeah. Nice job.
Oh, wow.
This is really cool.
I love it.
Yeah.
The map in the background.
You look like Supergirl, kind of.
This is great.
Super map girl.
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Profile pic. Nice.
Nice, super
got the
cute.
shirt.
Yeah, detail oriented. I like the little lipstick. Cute, even the little sticker on your laptop.
Nice.
It's another one. You're smiling, of course. Looking down at your laptop, working hard. This one's really cute.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, little children's book character. Whoa.
Oh my gosh.
Wild. That's really cool. It has your glasses.
Yes.
Spot
It does
on.
look like me.
Mm-hmm. Nice job. Oh, it's
Oh.
me. Nice.
Beautiful.
Looks like an image trace of my face. Very accurate. Nice job, Edwin. All right, cool. So we have those couple entries. Keep them coming. Get about 20 minutes till the contest is over. Oh, Donna has a good question. How do you create the water/ocean? Do you use a digital brush sometimes?
Yeah, I do. You mean just the look of it, right? Yeah. So
Right. So you use
move on
like
over.
a filter or a...
So for this one, I've been experimenting with inner glows with water. This one's kind of a severe one, but the actual watercolor is this off-white color, and then I did an inner glow. Stylize inner glow. Oh no, I don't actually do it. Go to the appearance.
Yeah, edit the one that you already have.
Right. And you can see it's sort of this dark blue-green color. And then you just mess with it. You know, this water body's a little bigger, so it's gonna, you know, the glow is gonna vary across all the water bodies. So this large space is gonna have a lot more of that white showing through.
Right, and if that might be something that you go back at the end and kind of tweak and finagle if you
Yeah,
want it to look
right.
cohesive, or keep it like that.
Yeah, and I'm going to, so maps take a while to make. If I were to really get into this map, it might take a day or two. So I'm going to post these now. I'm going to be a Behantser.
Behantser.
And post all this stuff I'm doing this week on Behance eventually.
Awesome, yeah, if you want to pop over to my screen, we can take a peek at your profile so far. There's definitely a couple projects in here that show your different kind of style skills. Something very clean, something a little more traditional, and this kind of looks like maybe what you're working on now, a similar look.
It's very similar.
So go follow Sarah. It is behance.net/Sarah Bell Maps. Sarah with an H, Bell with no E. Awesome. I'm gonna follow you right now. Followed. Awesome. You can pop back over to your screen. Sweet.
Has that brush, which is kind of, as this gets smaller, it gets a little too intense on the edges.
Oh, welcome back, Michelle. Hope that baby stays asleep so you can enjoy the rest of this stream.
Let's delete some of that.
I like this little detail that you're putting on the mug. It's nice. You
Thanks.
could have just left it how it was, but no, this makes it feel a little more Victorian.
I'm gonna see if I can get rid of some of it so it doesn't look super grayed out.
Oh, cool. Like that. See you later, Vanessa. Thank you so much for being here today. Thank you, chat, for being so faithful and kind. More than we could ask for.
Can't get into that.
I'm wondering for chat if any of you opened Illustrator for the first time today. This is your first kind of adventure into it. let me know. I want to know what you think, how it went for you. How did you learn Illustrator?
So I was a student at the University of Wisconsin, learning cartography from Mark Harrower, and his class used Illustrator to make maps.
Awesome.
You know, this part of the map making process, and that's how.
That's great.
Yeah, and then that job I had after grad school, where we made the Mount Baker map. That was my real Illustrator education, because we just used Illustrator for 8 hours a day.
Oof. Yeah.
It was awesome though.
That'll make you learn, even if you don't want to. It's really interesting to me that someone who didn't go to school like for graphic design or illustration like learned Illustrator at school.
Oh yeah.
For other reasons. Ooh, Tiana, it was your first time creating an Illustrator outside of logo design. Cool, Tiana. Michelle, the time for the contest, you have about 15 minutes, so you can definitely get something done. Show us what you got. Hello, Mitch. Welcome back.
Yeah, spending a lot of time on this little guy.
Yeah, one of those little details. Yep. Sometimes you have to give yourself freedom to work on the little things, though. Like if it's making you happy.
And you have a good podcast on or whatever.
Ooh, podcasts. Let's talk about those. Which ones do you like?
Let's see. So I like S-Town was a great one.
Yes.
I don't know if
so good.
It is great. Really got into that. There's one called what is it called? It's based out of the Pacific Northwest, and it's Joe. If he's on there, he can help me. We listen to it while road tripping.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
What's it about?
It's about well, like I have to like think back to this now. Okay, so it's. Can I give this? So. What is it about? It's about the Pacific Northwest and how it's kind of like a mysterious place, and all these weird things start happening. And I'm trying to think of what it's called now.
Is it like fictional?
It's supposed to be like make you wonder if it's fictional.
Right, I see.
It's a made-up word. Tanis.
Tanis.
Yes, thank you, Joe. Tanis.
He's got it. That sounds really interesting.
Yeah.
And it's kind of right in your neck of the woods.
Yes.
Makes it even better. Ooh, Lizeth wants to know, can you give us quick tips? If you have any specific questions, Lizeth, please let us know.
Yeah.
What you're looking for. Yeah, Anastasia, please let us know. Maybe there's even just some shortcuts that you use frequently, like you just did one without the eyedropper.
Yeah, I do the eyedropper. So these labels won't come in as the typeface that you probably want to use. So, you know, you do some research on the map you're doing, or you're given a style guide, and you can just eyedropper those labels. You know, I could select all of these right now and just do it. Yeah, I guess any specifics on the tips? There's so many.
Right.
I don't know where to begin.
Definitely. The cool thing about the eyedropper in Illustrator is that it picks up all of the styles of whatever you're clicking on. So like in Photoshop, it just picks up the color, you know, the code for that color, and it drops it in. But in Illustrator, it'll pick up the type style. So what size the type is, what typeface it is, if it's italicized or whatever. So it'll have a little icon that has a little T next to it if you're picking up a type style. And that's how you know that that is in your eyedropper, and you can drop it wherever you'd like.
Yeah, and yesterday we talked about this a little, but I'm basically doing a lot of point labeling right now. And I'll show you once this is done saving. So now that I have these beer icons that have all of, you know, I've kind of tripled the amount of them, and they have this stipple brush effect. It's taking a little longer to save. But so when you're labeling point symbols, this is sort of cognitively, this has been proven. The upper right, or at least off to the right, has been the cognitively proven easiest way to understand what label this is referring to.
Interesting.
Yeah, so that's one tip. So if you can, and there's space, get it to the upper right. Upper left is, I think, number 2 in that hierarchy. Yeah.
And like if you don't want it to cover another piece of data, so you might not be able to do the top right. You might have to do top left or bottom left.
Yeah, and some people will go to using leader lines. Oh, nice. If they...
So that would just be a
leader
line
is,
pointing?
yeah, if you have your label and you just point to it. So if you're going to do... Let's talk about that. So
yeah.
If I were going to label all of these buildings in a list, and we were just going to say, like, use this as a label. You want the list to be pretty clean and aligned. You don't want to just be like, you know, here, if I'm pointing to this spot on the earth, there's my leader line. And then I maybe am pointing to this spot in the earth. And, oops, sorry. That's what happens when you do it on the fly. You don't want everything to be all like different directions like that. You want to get kind of OCD about how these are aligned. So I might do something like make all of these sort of meet in sort of a Y at a point.
Oh, interesting.
You know, or something. That's just one way to do it.
Oh, cool. I've never even thought about that, really.
So if you have, the eyes will follow this clean list rather than just like having to move too much to get the message.
Right.
And there's a lot of great maps out there that do this kind of thing that you can use as sort of inspiration. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to looking at maps and kind of being able to recognize, like, oh, I know what that is called now, or I know why they did this, like things being to the top right in leader lines. Really cool. See you later, Donna. Enjoy your dinner. Yeah, it's definitely taking longer to save. Many more points.
Yes.
Some styles, some brushes. Brushes always make things slow down. Brushes and effects.
But they also are so fun.
Yes. Yeah, not arguing that.
Yes.
Definitely.
I'm gonna stop labeling the points for now. Move on to the streets because this is fun.
Cool.
Now it's gonna get challenging.
Ooh. Now's the hard stuff.
Street labels. Yes, here it is. So I've worked on maps that have had hundreds of layers. So this is a good time to talk about this mapping extension. So when you have hundreds of layers, you have, it's great to organize your layers even by color. So you're like, okay, my hydro layers or water layers are always with this blue layer color, you know, or my roads always have an orange. So you don't have to just like look through all 500 layers. You can just kind of do that. In our extension, you have the option to propagate layer colors right here. So if that's really important to you, this will organize also by color.
Gotcha.
Kind of a nice thing.
So it'll just know what kind of data is in those layers?
It doesn't know, but it'll say, for example, this labels layer would have had its own color that would be different from the libraries layer. I didn't choose that option when I did this map, so it doesn't have it. But.
Oh, I see. Yeah, Daniel, that is a cool feature. I agree. Welcome back, Tyrone. Thanks for being here.
All right, so street layers.
So when you say things are about to get difficult...
Well, just because we're going to really start populating this with a lot of text labels. So Yeah, mapping is a lot of labels.
Yeah. I feel like that might be kind of soothing.
It
like
is.
Putting everything in its place.
But, so like we have all these 53rd, 52nd, 51st, and 50th Street, and that's fine, but it's nice to get them aligned so the eye kind of knows where to go.
Oh man, I can't imagine like finishing a map and then seeing a mistake somewhere. Ooh, has it ever happened to you?
Sure.
Yeah?
Me, no.
No, never.
But, yeah, and everybody has their own little, you know, way that they think it should go. And there's labeling engines, like in a lot of our software. We have labeling engines where you can kind of get it to a certain point, you know, give it sort of rules of placement. But then, I think I said this yesterday too, but it kind of needs that human touch to look like your own thing.
Right.
Rather than a computer-generated thing. Yeah.
Daniel says, I like the texture of the map.
Thanks, Daniel.
There's like that little bit of shading, right, that you have turned on?
Yeah, I have. Let's isolate that layer.
Oh, very faint.
It's this hill shade. It's actually, Seattle's pretty hilly. You can see right here, but this is not the hilliest part of Seattle. So it's all the layers, and now that's just the ones I'm working with. And then I do have the contour lines on because people from yesterday seemed to like that.
Yeah, that was a crowd pleaser.
Yeah,
For some reason.
So let's look at those while we're talking about them. So they're super faint. In fact, they're under. Yeah. Oh, it's so flat that I was looking for some where there aren't any.
Oh, makes sense. Oh, okay.
Yeah, and you can see it gives it that nice like topographic look.
Very faint. You're right, though.
Yeah, let's make them a little darker so we can see them. And I'm just eyedroppering my little palette over there.
Yeah. How did you pick those color palette? You said you just imported some that you liked.
I used them before, and it kind of was fun.
Yeah.
So that's a little dark, but
yeah.
now you can see them.
Gotcha.
Let's pull them above the streets for now.
Clint says this reminds him of watching Bob Ross. If Bob Ross were a cartographer. That's awesome.
Bob Ross. He was a good man.
Yeah.
Super chill.
Good teacher.
Yeah.
Just want to let you know, chat, that there's about 3 minutes left for the contest. So get those entries in. If you're not done, just get them submitted because this is the last chance for this theme, for the avatar theme. Tomorrow it will be totally different. It'll be a surprise. So get here early to find out what it is. So get those avatars in. All you have to do is make an avatar of Sarah or myself, Kathleen, as an avatar and use Illustrator CC. Get those sent over. Find out more info on the contest tab at be.net/live. Mitch says, seriously though, is there anything better than design and cartography?
Mitch, no.
No. Mitch, you silly man.
Mitch, have you made maps?
Yeah, tell us, Mitch. Tell us what's up. And Jim says, happy streets. Label those happy little streets. Bob Ross style.
Doing the interstate now. I'm gonna make it a little fatter than the rest of the streets.
Mitch says he's not professionally made maps. But what about unprofessionally? Non-professionally? Paul Chaney out. See ya, Paul. Everybody say bye to Paul.
Alright, so, let's, I don't know, work on the park labels? Yeah.
Cool.
Or we could talk about symbol sets.
Ooh, Noelle made a treasure map for a birthday party once. It's a start, right?
Yes.
Totally.
Absolutely. A map is a map.
Map is a map is a map.
Yes. So parks are obviously generally green on maps.
Green space.
One trick is to, if you're doing water, to make the water blue and the labels blue in the same sort of hue as the water. Just a little bit more saturated, higher value. So they look like they belong together.
Right.
So I'm doing that with the park labels now. I'm making them based on the park polygon, but just a different, a little bit darker color.
And those parks have little effects on them too, right? That inner glow?
Yeah, I did an inner glow here too.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm playing around with the inner glow these days.
Madura is trapped in a human body and maybe stuck with your old clunky PC. I'm sorry to hear that, Madura. You're only human.
That's right.
This is on for another 20-ish minutes, 25 minutes mark. So stick around. The contest is, I believe, over, potentially. So we will look at some contest entries in just a few minutes. Thank you so much, everyone who submitted.
Oh, it's in all caps or. Oh, I like it. Calamity Jane.
Ooh.
I like it.
I think I've used that before.
Yeah?
Yeah. Make sure we got all of these open. Nice, Michelle, you got it submitted. That's awesome. That was some extreme speed work. Agreed.
And for a map like this, it's okay to be a little redundant with the symbology. So we have a polygon for these small parks, but you could build a little park icon, maybe something with a tree.
Oh yeah.
Sort of tell people there's a park there, because there's not a lot of stuff on this map. So I wouldn't get too worried unless it starts looking super crowded about the whole data ink ratio or the chart junk with a map that's just intended to be sort of fun and something to look at.
Right, like that mid-century modern map that you did with those really cute trees.
Yeah, like these. These trees are just where there's wooded areas, and there's not necessarily a tree right here, but it was fun to do, so I put one there.
Cool.
I mean, and who really needs to know that there's a traffic light here? But it was a good opportunity to use some fun little colors.
Yeah, I agree. Anastasia has a question. How much time on average do you spend on most maps?
Ooh, Anastasia, it depends on the map. That map I showed in the beginning, I mean, that was a team working on it for at least 3 months.
Oh, man.
And if it's an interactive map, it's you usually have someone who's really good at developing, coding, and then so this map you're looking at right here, I probably spent a few hours on it. This map I made last night and a little bit today. I don't know, hour. I spent most of the time thinking of what would be fun to do.
Yeah, right.
Sort of the concept.
But if you actually had like a creative brief or something, it might take you a little less time.
Yeah, but if you're given an assignment, it's like, that's nice. You're like, okay,
Yeah.
I don't have to do the thinking.
Cool. So today and yesterday's streams were a little bit similar. Yesterday you were kind of giving an overview of the software and showing that, yes, anybody can do it. and this is how you do it. And today was trying to make it seem like a little less scary, right? So similar, anyone can make maps. This is how you do it in Illustrator.
Yeah.
Does everyone feel unafraid? Anybody still scared? Let us know.
Yeah, anyone excited to make a map?
Ooh, I am. I can raise my hand and say, yep.
Let's do a park icon. Why not? Put it in our symbols library.
Still no sea monsters. Yes, Daniel, you're right. Not yet.
No, although, if we go back to this, this is not a sea monster. But it's not necessarily a boat that's there.
True.
So could have been a sea monster.
I like that little boat. I love, like, you are a cartographer at heart, but you really do have a creative soul. I think you have to be creative to be a cartographer, right?
It helps, sure.
It helps.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, I mean, I go to these conferences when the cartographers are making some amazingly creative stuff, and you know, you don't just get creative on the you know, the typefaces and the colors. You get creative on, you know, the idea, the story. Every map that you ever see is a story. It's a spatial story.
Yeah, I love that.
It's pretty powerful to be able to make one, right? I mean, to tell a spatial story. So,
yep.
Creativity is an important part of the game.
Totally.
I don't know what a Victorian tree looks like, so let's
I don't know either. They like literally nothing comes to mind. Thank you, Tiana. That's really kind of you. I really enjoy hosting these streams, so I appreciate it. William says the contest was intense, but I didn't have enough time today because of your schedule. Next time, you'll make sure to plan on doing it. Awesome. Well, if you come back tomorrow, be another contest. It's a mystery. I'm excited to know what it is.
Me too.
Chat, any ideas? Yesterday was emojis based on Julia's work. Today was creating an avatar, also inspired by Julia's work. So what do you think tomorrow's going to be? Questionable. I agree, Michelle. Some of the avatars were unreal. So good. We'll take a look at a couple in a couple minutes, and you're going to have to make a very difficult decision, Sarah. It doesn't get easier.
People are so creative and so
Right?
willing to share their stuff. I just love it.
Especially with this stream, the ones that I've seen so far, they're really specific to you. Like, you as a cartographer, there's often like a little navigation symbol with you or a map.
The Pacific Northwest one.
Yep, exactly.
That was great.
Yeah, the one yesterday, the
Yes.
emoji. Make a good sticker right on your laptop. Boop.
So right now I'm totally ignoring layers right now, which is not great, but oops.
Oh, so you're making like a little punch-out shape.
Yeah.
Cool.
Make a new layer, call it symbols, and come back, grab that tree, make this match the rest of the theme, grab a symbol. So this fire department has a little bit of a gradient on it, it's a little shiny.
Ooh. The small details.
I don't want to deviate too much from that gradient, but let's go with this for now.
Oh, awesome, Ramona. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you start sharing your work, or continue to if you already do. Do you find that a lot of cartographers have trouble with the like iconography or the graphic design? Or is it hand in hand? You have to kind of be strong in both.
It seems to be more and more part of your tool set, for sure. But there are people who do it as a living really, really well.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I don't know that I've met one who struggles with it necessarily.
Right.
But
And it's not like these big, complex, crazy illustrations.
no, yeah, right, because they have to be easily understood.
Yeah.
Really quickly.
Mm-hmm. All right, while you're finishing up that icon, I'm going to make sure these are all open. Then we can look through the new submissions and then make a decision. Sound good?
So fun.
Yeah, right? You let me know when you're ready.
I'm
We'll
ready.
go for it.
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Okay. So this is the one that we stopped on for the first batch of submissions. And we'll hop into the new ones. This is by Mark.
Nice job, Mark.
Yes, cool little map.
Love it.
Yep, landforms behind you.
Nice.
Super cute, super simple.
Yes, got the glasses.
Mm-hmm. This one's cool.
Now that makes me feel powerful.
You're magic. You're literally a map wizard.
Awesome. They got the little mountains.
Yeah,
That's great.
really cool.
Textures.
Nice job, Andrew. This one's an updated one, so your head also kind of looks like the push pin.
Push pin.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
The dotted lines. Nice job.
Thank you for that one. That's awesome.
This one's by Nicole. Awesome. One of our previous winners.
Ooh.
Got rocking that red lip. This one's cool.
Okay,
It's like
this
Dora
is
the
good.
Explorer.
This is great. This harkens back to the park ranger days. I have a push pin badge now instead of the park ranger badge.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Awesome. Looking at all kinds of things through your telescope. Nice job. Another little push pin.
That's cool.
Yeah, very elegant. Nice job. I like the colors in this one. Pretty snazzy. Let's see if I can zoom in.
Too.
Cool. It looks like you're wearing sunglasses too.
Does.
Even cooler. I love this one.
I do too. It has its bow.
Gotta map those stars. You know it. And I don't know if you knew this, but today's theme was kind of like space. Like a bunch of the other
Oh, okay, cool.
streamers made illustrations revolving around space. So here we go. We are Shrek aliens.
Nice.
The only thing I've ever wanted to be. Gotta map those stars, baby. This one's cool by Catherine.
Oh, great.
Yeah, I love the details of your outfit.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
that's awesome. Are these going to be compiled somewhere?
I'm sure they could be. Yeah, for later viewing.
This is so fun.
This texture's really nice.
Yes.
I like that a lot. So I'll curate the list a little bit, and then we'll have you pick a winner.
Okay.
Sound good?
Cool.
Okay. Star Shrek. Yes, that should be a movie. So we have about 10 minutes left. What are you aiming to do in the next 10
In the
minutes?
next 10 minutes?
Yeah.
I don't know. Just kind of, I could answer questions about mapping, or I could just kind of work through this.
Mm-hmm.
Creating symbols and stuff. So I did actually not do this yet, but I could drag this over to this. Wait.
Oh, no worry, Elisa. Should I send another? I think we got the gist, but you're welcome to upload a new one. But we really liked your piece. Anastasia is wondering if you could show the layers really quick.
Sure. Yeah, let's do that.
Yes.
Oops. Trying to minimize everything. Everything is expanded. Okay, so we have labels at the top, which is pretty much every map will have the labels at the top, sort of rule. And I have most of them turned off. Under that, we have the points. That's also a typical layers, and then points, and then you have your linear data, or like your roads, and your contour lines, and your creeks or rivers like this.
Mm-hmm.
And then your polygons. So the water bodies, these, you know, I have the Seattle neighborhoods here. you know, that's sort of the stacking layer. I do have this railroad. Why not do something
is there
fun?
a railroad?
Yeah, actually, I did the railroad as a trail, but let's, I have this cartography brushes, and I made out of pencil brush a railroad. Let's do that. Take away the dotted line, because I don't know if that's going to mess up how it gets applied. So, go back. Brushes. Apply it. Zoom in, and yeah, now it looks like it was a hand-drawn.
I love that.
Sort of fun little.
Yeah.
And so, you know, again, like, if you're not a mapper, but you're really good in brushes, which I'm still learning, you could like work with a cartographer on making cool brushes that are used for roads and railroads and rivers and things. Or swatches.
Yeah.
Like, let's do a swatch. So, quite honestly, this is a very marshy area in Seattle. So I do have a marsh swatch.
Marsh swatch? Marsh?
Marsh.
Slosh.
Yeah.
Say that 1,000,000 times fast.
Let's say wetlands. It's
Wetlands.
Less hard to say.
Yes. Sounds good.
This one is the typical one that you see. I made this one, you know, it's a wetlands one, but if you wanted to kind of style it like your map, I made this one too, and you zoom in, you can see what's going on there.
Oh, I love that simplified shape.
It's
really
fun.
Nice. Yeah.
You know, so it doesn't deviate too much from that typical looking one so that people don't know what they're looking at, but you can make it match your style a little bit more.
Yeah.
So swatches are a tricky thing for me. Oh, and look, the water kept its gradient.
Yay.
That is cool.
That's what you want.
But since this is not all marsh, this is actually a freshwater lake channel, I'm gonna take the marsh out. Well, let's keep it there for fun.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I mean, there's so much room for everybody in mapping.
Yeah, find your niche. Make yourself valuable. Maybe we can pick a winner real quick.
Yeah, let's do it.
Awesome. So this is the top options. Pauline's really nice, really simple avatar. Got a nice little curly Q coming off. Cute.
That's great.
Supergirl Sarah by Dusan, one of our previous winners also.
Dusan, I love the design.
Very nice. Cute little character Sarah. Nice job. This psychedelic madness. Quaker Ninja.
Cool.
Nice. This powerful magician by Andrew. Super
Nice,
sweet.
Andrew.
Really cool. Park Ranger Sarah. Shrek. Shrek 2018, The Space Odyssey. This awesome simplified avatar for Sarah by Michelle. And a higher resolution version of Elisa's post. Do any really stand out to you as a winner?
So let's look at those first two again.
Sure.
I mean, they're all great. They really are. So this one I love, just so simple, but I still know it's you.
Yeah, I'm glad.
And this one is great.
I love the
map.
Yeah, the map in the background. It matches the simplicity of the rest of the design.
Yeah.
And even this small difference of the color of the hair in the background. Nice job. And then I think another one you really liked was this one.
Yes. So the textures are fantastic on this.
Awesome. Any ideas?
I'm gonna go with this one.
Cool, Supergirl Sarah.
Woo,
Dusan, congratulations. I know you're a previous winner, so you are eligible for a different prize. No worries. Adobe Live team will be in contact with you. So congratulations to you, Dusan. Woohoo!
Nice job, Dusan.
Yes, that was so funny. It was like a, oh, yay! Oh man, we should have a soundbite of applause. We have this really embarrassing birthday tradition that we do where after we sing happy birthday in a restaurant to someone, our whole family claps, but we clap for like 15 minutes, like really loud, and everyone hates us, especially the person whose birthday it is.
That's hilarious.
Yes, so congratulations, Dusan. So we have like 2 minutes.
Okay.
Maybe you can really quickly go over the goal for today and
Sure.
What you kind of covered.
Yeah, the goal for today was just to show how easy mapping can be, how approachable and easy it can be to build a map with our extension. I hope we hope I did that.
I think you did.
Cool.
Chat, what do you think?
Yeah, I remember we have this one from the beginning, which is your starter data, vector data, and this you can go nuts and make it your own, like I did with this and this. You know, they started from the same sort of file. Yeah, so that was basically it, just to kind of go through a map, talk about mapping, answer questions, and you know, approach map is a designing process, not a science-y process.
Great. It is a process, but that doesn't mean it's not creative. I think, Paul, is Anne here to confirm? Are you talking about my mom? Mom, are you here? Can you confirm the birthday story? Adobe Live Team can probably confirm it. Awesome. Well, you all did such a great job submitting to the contest today. Congratulations to all the winners. Make sure that you get that free ebook that Esri provided. It's www.thearcgisbook.com, and it's 10 big ideas for applying the science of where. Thank you, Esri, for providing that. And we want to talk a little bit about the challenge for tomorrow.
Okay.
It may or may not have to do with Miss Sarah Bell. So the first day we did emojis. Today we did avatars. Tomorrow, chat, what do you think it's going to be? Before I sneak it, you probably know. It's going to be maps. What? Yes. So be prepared to channel your inner cartographer. The extension that you showed today is free, so they could dig into that, be inspired. Yes, Merrick, nice map. Definitely. Loving the mapping theme. Cool, Pauline.
Awesome, Pauline.
Make sure to be here. Ibrahim says, yeah, maps, for sure. Thank you all for being here with us today. Sarah, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. This is really fun. Thanks, chat.
So come back tomorrow at 9 o'clock sharp in the morning, Pacific time. We'll be here 9 to 5, and we're starting with Justin Mazel with some beautiful vectory goodness. Thank you, everyone in chat. We will see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.